guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as promised, I'm gonna be more consistent. I actually went away with the family and I made vlogs when I went away. We went to Jamaica for my aunt's 50th birthday. It was a lot of fun. It was a great time. But now I'm back and I'm ready to make more videos. Hopefully. Okay, this is not gonna happen right now. I'm gonna start making 2 videos a week and just upload like crazy. That's really my hope. But the thing is, it takes me a lot of time to come up with ideas. So my recent idea that's been lingering through my Libra creative mind has been to do a series of how our generation stands out and what makes our generation unique, different factors that go into being a part of our generation. And the reason this really interests me is because we've all had times where we sat down at the dinner table with older relatives and they've been like, oh, your guys' generation, this and that. Well, yes, our generation does have flaws, we do, but we also have things that I feel like stand out the most. Like, social media is very big in our generation, and what this video is going to be on is why dating is difficult in our generation and why dating is like different in our generation. And each video that I'm going to be making after this is just going to be different things that makes our generation stand out. I just have to think of different ideas. But my idea today is I texted a few people and I asked, what do you think is the hardest part about dating in our generation? A lot of people said social media is the hardest part about dating in our generation. And also, people are starting to glorify cheating. So everything that someone says, I'm basically just gonna have to say how I feel about it. So a lot of people said that social media is the reason why dating in our generation is so hard. And yes, girl, I believe it. I believe it.
And yes, girl, I believe it. I believe it.
Let me tell you why. Say you're dating Jimmy, right? Jimmy posts a pic at the club. You go through Jimmy's likes at the club. You see all the girls that he went to the club with. You look on one of the girls' pages and you find Jimmy with the other girl. And you're just like, what is going on? Like, that's the thing. When you are talking to someone on social media, you're gonna creep on their page and you're gonna find every little thing and you're gonna get your feelings hurt. And social media, it sucks because people always like, oh, social media doesn't ruin relationships. It's the people on social media that ruin the relationship. But when you're talking to someone heavy and you really like them, you're going to see every little thing, and every little thing is going to hurt your feelings, if that makes sense. Because when you're talking to someone, you don't want that person liking someone else's pictures. You don't want other girls liking their pictures. You don't want them commenting on girls' pictures. You don't want them following too many cute girls. Like, there's just certain standards that you have to have when dating in this generation. And it's really hard because with social media, it's like, it just adds to restrictions within relationships, because you already don't want your partner cheating, don't want them doing certain things when they go out to the club, certain things like that. But then comes social media, where it's like you don't want your partner doing certain things on social media. So it's like 2 different types of control patterns within relationships, because it's like things you don't want your partner doing in public and it's things you don't want your partner doing on social media. So I think that's why dating in our generation is so hard. I think that's what a lot of people think about dating in our generation, and why it can be so difficult at times, because social media plays a huge factor. And also, when you break up with someone, the whole of social media is gonna know about your breakup, girl, because the whole social media knew about you guys getting together. So when you break up with someone on social media, the name goes out the bio, all the pictures go down, you guys might unfollow each other depending on how the breakup went down, and then you're gonna get those texts like, oh, how come Kevin's not on your page anymore? What happened to you and Kevin, girl? Why is Kevin's name out the bio? And you're just like, sis. But then you gotta remember, you're doing that to yourself, because when you put yourself out there with your partner on social media, you just have to get prepared for questions when you guys break up, because you let everybody in on what's going on in your relationship. So you gotta let everybody in on what's going on when you guys break up, which kind of sucks, because it's like you want to be able to just not have to answer to anyone. Honestly, let me say this.
You owe nobody explanations for why you live your life the way you do.
At the same time, when you're making your relationship public, just expect it to be a thing where people just want to know what happened when you guys broke up. That's just what it is. Like, when I see a couple posting each other all the time. Woman crush Wednesday, man crush Monday, every single Monday, Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna want to know what went down when you guys broke up, because I knew everything that went down when you guys were together.
So like, that's just what it is.
So another person said not only social media as a whole, but one friend said social media standards. And I asked her, what do you mean by social media standards? And she said,
like, oh, her boyfriend posts her every single day with a long caption every day expressing his love. I want a man to do the same.
So she's basically saying people tend to look at other people's relationships on Instagram and say, oh,
I want that.
oh, or my boyfriend should be doing that because her boyfriend's doing that, and she's posting her boyfriend doing that, so I should be posting my boyfriend doing that. And let me tell you guys, these social media relationships that are so glorified are sometimes the worst relationships at home. Like, what you see on social media is not real life. Like, I'm saying that firsthand. Like, I've been in a relationship where it's like, we seem so perfect on Instagram, you know, and honestly, like, it wasn't a bad relationship, but it was like towards the end, we were posting each other all the time, and it wasn't even a genuine relationship. We were just like tired of each other. So, you know, there's times where it's like, you think that people have this perfect relationship because they just look so good together. They're always traveling, they're always having so much fun. They just look like the perfect relationship, and it's just so not the case. So just be careful what relationships you glorify, because you don't know what happens behind closed doors. So let's just keep that there, and never look to another relationship and feel like your significant other should be doing everything that everyone else's significant other should be doing, because every relationship is different. So if you and your boyfriend don't like to go to the movies every Friday, you don't have to do it, because every other relationship is doing it. Like, boo boo, do your own thing. Like, that's just what I have to say about that. My one friend said, for me, I think the hardest part in dating is trusting the other person, because we bring what we've been through in past relationships into our new ones, and it just messes everything up because you're letting your past affect your present and future. See, yes, this is a tricky one, because it's really hard when you've been hurt in the past and you're trying to give someone else a chance, because all you keep thinking about is, oh my god, I don't want you to end up like my ex, I don't want you to hurt me like my ex. But at the same time, the person you might start to develop feelings for could just seem so nice and just seem so real and just genuine. So it's like you don't want to hurt that person by pushing that person away, but at the same time you're guarded because you're like, you might be like my ex, because my ex finessed me just like you talking nice to me right now. So it's just like, you never know. But I wouldn't say with any relationship you're in, even if you haven't been hurt, don't step all the way into it all at once. Like, you gotta go inch by inch, step by step, because at the end of the day, one, no one likes anyone easy. That's when it comes to girls and guys. Like, girls like competition too, believe it or not. We don't like easy guys that we could just have tied around our finger, that we could just control all the time. We don't like that. And two, relationships that are rushed tend to just cause heartbreaks, because you're just rushing everything at once instead of getting to know the person, and that just develops lust, and that's just not what you want.
So, yeah.
One person said college ruins relationships. Okay, I have to agree with this, because when you're in college and you're dating someone who's 3 hours away, 4 hours away, 5 hours away, you can't see anything they're doing in person. But my whole mindset has always been, what you can't see can't hurt you. So say they're fully clean on social media and not liking people's pictures, not blowing up anyone's pictures, you know, not doing any sus thing on social media you have to worry about, then I hate to say this, but if they're cheating on you, it really can't hurt you, because you just don't know. Like, I mean, what happens in dark eventually comes to light. That's with all things. I believe that eventually you're gonna know what's up with them, like what's going on. But if you don't know, it ain't gonna hurt you. See, I can't really agree with this, because honestly, I feel like if you really like someone, it's not hard to stay faithful, because in the back of your mind, yeah, you might see other pretty girls and pretty guys, but I mean, and cute guys as well. But if you really like someone, like, you always gonna be thinking like, yeah, that person's cute, but that ain't my baby though. So I don't know. I don't agree with that. But I guess it depends, because some people will really like lead someone on and have them thinking they really like them, but just don't want anyone else to have them, so they'll just keep them there while they just flirt with this one, this one, this one, and this one. And it's just like, what's the point of that? Like, you know, this person really likes you, so just let them go and be happy.